Here is a bag of tomatoes. I bought it just yesterday from a shop 5 minutes away from my house. I can tell you nothing about these. There is no state of origin, which farm it grew on, what was sprayed on it, where it was kept in cold storage, what chemicals ripened it. Nothing. No information whatsoever. I think about food for a living, and even I can't answer those questions. This is not my fault or yours. This is the fault of the system. It hides all the information from you. If you are new to this channel, my name is Shadvari. I studied agriculture in the UK on a fully funded scholarship, and I authored a research paper on sustainable agriculture with one of UK's biggest supermarket chains. And I'm back in India because this is where the conversation on food needs to happen. This is Regen, a channel where we talk about food, agriculture, and the environment. Let's dive in. What the system hides from you. Before your vegetable reaches you, it changes about 6 to 8 hands. It goes from your farmer to your aggregator to a mandi trader to a transport contractor to a cold chain to a distributor to a retailer, and then finally you. At every step, cost is added, time is added, but information sadly is subtracted. Let's take a look at a real listing on one of these apps, one of these quick commerce apps that deliver within 10 minutes, and what they say about this tomato. Okay, it says plump and juicy and a culinary essential, but there's no state of origin, no farm, no harvest date, no pesticide disclosure. Health benefits, well, it says rich in vitamin A, C, K, but doesn't give you any data, doesn't give you any numbers on how much. So it's just a random claim. Doesn't have any sources, doesn't have any labs that have checked this product, and the storage tip, it seems like it's been copy pasted to almost every product that they have, because tomato is just an SKU to them. Surely it would be better for packaged food, right? FSSAI, India's food regulator, would expect certain disclosures to be made, right? Like the ingredient list, nutritional information, allergens, if any. But what it doesn't require is farm of origin, state of origin, pesticide residue levels, post harvest chemical treatments, any farming methods, any soil management, nothing. Most of the labels just say farm fresh or natural, which doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't have any legal definition to it. It's just only meant for marketing. It's not a real claim of anything. Quick commerce has made this far worse. Blinkit, Zepto, Instamart, they optimize for timely delivery, but the supply chain that feeds these warehouses is still a black box. We know nothing about it. We know nothing about how they store all of these food. Why does it matter? Why does this information matter to us? There's 3 reasons. The origin of any food can tell you a lot. A tomato that is grown in healthy soil is a completely different object nutritionally as opposed to the ones grown in degraded, chemically exhausted soils. But sadly, today the industrial system only breeds for aesthetic value. It breeds for looks, it breeds for how plump and red and juicy a tomato looks, because nutritional content isn't publicized, isn't marketed, and we don't ask any questions about it. A couple of months ago in Nagpur, there was bird flu going on in one area, just one area. But most families that I know across the town had stopped eating eggs and chicken because there's no way of knowing what area this egg has come from. And so we just generally abstained for months because there's no way of knowing, there's no information. For all we know, the eggs we threw could have been from Andhra Pradesh or Hyderabad or a different area within Nagpur, not afflicted by bird flu, but because there's no information on origin, we can't do anything. So, zero traceability isn't just a systematic problem or a policy issue. It affects you, it affects your family. It's not abstract, it's personal. India is one of the largest consumers of pesticides across Asia. And FSSAI's own surveys have found residue of pesticides within our fresh produce. This is not a fringe claim. It's data, it's government data. And pesticides are only a part of it. There's so much more that happens after harvest. The produce sits in a cold storage for days and sometimes weeks and is sprayed with a lot of chemicals to slow its decay or keep it from molding. Apples and cucumbers are coated with wax to increase their shelf life, and this wax can be washed off, sure, you can, but it may come off, it may not come off also. Calcium carbide is used to ripen mangoes and bananas artificially. This is illegal under FSSAI, but there's no consistent check for it, so it happens anyway because there's no enforcement good enough to stop it. This has arsenic and phosphorus, which can be extremely harmful. There are legal alternatives of this as well. Instead of calcium carbide, people can use ethylene gas chambers. It is a legal alternative, but it's still not disclosed. And then there's 1-MCP, a chemical that is used in cold storage to suppress natural ripening, used on apples, pears, other fruits, and it keeps them firm and shelf stable for months. So when you actually look at your apple, it could have been harvested months before it reached you, and these processes have just slowed it down artificially. So when they label it fresh, it doesn't mean anything. The third reason why you need to know this information is the farmer, whether he was paid or she was paid the fair price. We hear about farmer issues and farmer protests every single day across the board, all over social media. We know that the farmer is not getting paid enough for the services that he provides. A farmer selling a tomato at 5 rupees sees it listed as 50 rupees in the supermarket. This gap, this difference of money, isn't going to the farmer. It's going to the hands in between, as we discussed in the beginning of this episode. We need to ask whether the farmer was paid enough or not. And as a consumer, you do have this power. You decide where you buy, who you buy it from, and is your supply chain reducing the amount of intermediaries that come in the way of you and the farmer. All of this matters, not just for the farmer's income, but also for what you pay for the food you receive. But you can make this choice only if you have the right information. I'm going to be candid with you. We don't have a great list of solutions that work, and there's no one answer to all of this. But there are a few things that we can do that we've tried and are worth knowing. The first is try growing your own food. Little things. It doesn't have to be the whole grocery list. It can just be starting with tomatoes or carrots or coriander or basil. This is easy to grow at home. Start with your terrace gardens or your balconies or your backyards. Another alternative could be growing microgreens. They grow super easy on your windowsill. And we're soon going to make a video about how to grow microgreens, what are the right tricks and hacks. If doing this alone sounds daunting, you can try joining a community-supported agriculture group. I'm a part of one where a bunch of us come together and we take up a community space and grow our food. We grow brinjals, we grow tapioca, we grow mulberries that already existed on that land, and it just takes up maybe a morning or two on the weekends, and that's about it. Now, if you can't spare time at all, let's say you can't grow it at home, you can't go to the community garden, that's okay. You can rent a plot and you can pay a farmer to manage it and directly buy whatever they grow. It's technically your food from your land. There are a lot of business models who make this happen. Most of them that I have seen are across Chandigarh and Delhi. But if I find any, we will mention those in our comments. If you are someone working on this model, please reach out. Tell us about your business in the comments so people can find you. The next solution is farmers market. In UK, I've been to a lot of farmers markets where you are encouraged to ask questions like where this was grown, what sort of a practice was used. They even tell you downright to the field that was used to grow this food. It's like you're buying not just the product but a relationship with the farmer. So in India, if you find farmers markets, organic mandis, which I'm sure are there, at least in the metropolitan cities, ask questions. Go with skepticism. Don't just take their word for it when they say it's organic, or don't just take the word of the label. If you want to know more about organic and the misconceptions of that, we have an episode on that already. And the last solution is to buy from physical stores or online stores that do believe in traceability. So there's Food Stories, which has physical stores, and you have Krishi Cress online that produces a beautiful looking portfolio of the crops they are going to harvest this month, and you can place your orders through Instagram or through their website. I didn't just start Regen to make content about food. I started it because I kept hitting a wall every time I tried to know my food better in India. I kept thinking someone should build something to remove this wall. If you are someone working in this industry in supply chain or farming or food in any way, reach out to us in our comments or just DM us if you can. If you are someone who likes to watch health and food related videos, please engage with this and share it with people who didn't know about this before. This is Regen, where food meets the future. Thank you and see you in the next episode.